Will VDACS fine people for non-compliance if the products are labeled as THC and not hemp? Or will they refer to law enforcement if the products are labeled as THC, not hemp?
It depends on what else is on the label. We're not going to automatically refer to law enforcement. For example, if we had, let's just look at this label that I've got still sitting right here. If the word hemp came off of here, if it said, if it didn't say anything about hemp, if it just said THC vape pen and no indication of hemp, we're still going to look at we're still going to judge it by the Okay, let me just say why we wouldn't. Cannabis is cannabis. The only thing that's different between marijuana and hemp is the percentage of THC in the product. So if it's got 0.3% total THC or less, and it meets the limits in law for THC, we're gonna review that as a hemp product. If it has more than 0.3%, and we can clearly see has more than 0.3%, then it's going to get referred to law enforcement because now that's marijuana and not hemp.
Got it. Is there a hard line, or is there if it's over 0.001, is that an automatic referral, or is there a little bit of gray area there?
When it comes to label reviews, we go by what is on the COA, and this is something that I have addressed or answered many times, and it's a question of what it says on the COA, what the test result is on the COA versus what the lab states as their measurement of uncertainty. With every certificate of analysis, there is going to be a measurement of uncertainty. That measurement of uncertainty is going to vary based on the lab, based on the test that's being done, the procedure that's being done. It can even vary from, within the same lab based on a change of the SOP or based on other changes within that lab of the procedure. So measurement of uncertainty is going to be, and it's going to be different for every COA, for every lab COA. It's not going to vary with every COA from the same lab every single time, but it can. So with us looking at all hundreds, thousands of products, and with some COAs not even listing measurement of uncertainty because they are not required for every COA to print the measurement of uncertainty. Because it's so different from each COA, and because every COA does not have to have the measurement of uncertainty. Now, the labs that don't have the measurement of uncertainty, according to ISO 17025, they do have to have that measurement of uncertainty available if the client requests it. But because because of all this, we don't try to go with that measurement of uncertainty. And we have had a lot of pushback on that. And I understand that pushback. But with what we're trying to get done, we made a decision early on that we're going to go by what is printed out on the COA. The number that's on the COA, regardless of what the measurement of uncertainty is, we're going to go with that number. And something else, I think I put it this way to Barbara, but she had this exact same question. It's really good for the whole group to hear the answer to that question. And I think I've had the same question and response with Thomas and those folks at Pure Shenandoah on this issue. Barbara asked me, well, that kind of makes it very specific. And my response is, well, yes, it does, but you need to try to shoot for slightly lower than that. And I said, realistically, even if we did go with that measurement of uncertainty, if it fell just a hair outside of that measurement of uncertainty, then the question would still be, well, we're almost there. Why can't we be considered compliant? Because we're like 0.001 outside of that measurement of uncertainty. So I guess my whole point on that is, regardless of what number we decide we're going to measure this by, there is always going to be somebody who's going to be non-compliant and not happy about it and want to argue that they're so close. Regardless of what range we look at, they're going to argue that they're so close we should let them go. So just know that VDACS is going to look at the number that's on the COA. So you need to plan your manufacturing for that recognition. Does that answer that question well enough?
I think
I'm not asking to make anybody happy. I'm just telling you what we do.
no, I think so. I think so. And again, if she gives us answers that we're unhappy with, she does not deserve our anger. That energy needs to be put towards changing the law.